from 40% up to 90 or 100%. The pain and infection associated with ulcers will also be reduced. There are so many benefits when we have a digestive tract that is working properly. Okay, what we're doing is coming back after about 15 minutes to see how our product demonstration has progressed. So we open the jar here. We can see that those pellets have started to absorb the moisture. You can see that the baling twine and the piece of plastic are almost completely encapsulated, and the debris has been pulled together off the side of the jar here. We'll come back at the end of our presentation to see how it's further progressed and see what we're able to pull out of this jar. Let me tell you a few facts about ColiClenz Plus. In the first 12 hours, as your horse drinks more water and those pellets start to gelatinate, it will pick up the larger debris and pass it out of the GI tract. That gelatinous material will pick up this rubbish and also attract to it pathogens, microtoxins, organisms, viruses, and chemicals, and expel all of this matter out with the fecal material. Another fact we are proud to say, we have sold over 80 tons of ColiClenz Plus with no returns, no sick horses, and no colics with horses that are on the ColiClenz Plus treatment program. Let's take a look at some of the results on a study just done in 2010. This study was done to show the effects of ColiClenz Plus in relationship to feed efficiency. This study was done on 30 head of BLM horses. We wanted to do this study on some of the worst body conditioned horses we could get. These horses were fed one 5-day treatment of ColiClenz Plus at the beginning of the study. They were not wormed. They were not vaccinated or supplemented in any other way. The only feed source they had was the hay you can see pictured. It was very low quality. The top picture was taken in April 2010 and the bottom picture was taken in August 2010. As you can see by comparing the before and after pictures, they were able to absorb the nutrients they needed out of just the hay they were being fed. And their body condition improved tremendously. This mare was pregnant, had a foal, and was nursing during the treatment period. She was more than able to support the foal and maintain a healthy body condition after receiving her treatment of ColiClenz Plus. It is very important to remember when feeding ColiClenz Plus, the timing and the dose work together for the best results. The feeding instructions are on the bag. It is sold in 15 pounds. This is one dose for one horse over a 5-day period. Remember, you only do this treatment every 10 weeks. That's only 5 times a year. This is because after about 10 weeks, the gut starts to show signs of collecting debris and toxins, and the feed efficiency starts to diminish at this time. It is very important to have plenty of fresh, clean water in front of our horse because they will become thirstier as the psyllium starts absorbing the moisture in the gut. You will want to remove an equivalent amount of your feed as you add more ColiClenz Plus pellets. Be sure to split day 4 and 5 into 2 or 3 feedings. This is because you are feeding the pellets progressively, starting at 1 pound on the first day and increasing a pound each day till you're feeding 5 pounds on the 5th day. While you are feeding ColiClenz Plus, you will want to lighten your horse's workload with no heavy competition on day 4 and day 5. This is because they will be feeling a little full and they may be slightly sluggish when they're asked for speed. If they are passing any type of mass, they may show some signs of irritability, but this will pass within a day or 2. ColiClenz Plus is safe for mares in foal and lactating mares. In fact, I feed it to my brood mares about a week before they foal to make sure that colostrum has the highest amount of nutrients to give the foal a head start when it arrives. You'll want to feed ColiClenz Plus before and after any surgeries because it will strengthen the immune system once it has cleared out the toxins and bad bacteria from the gut. For this reason, you will also want to feed it to your horse when it is dealing with any other illnesses. After feeding ColiClenz Plus, you may notice improvement in your horse's attitude and a greater willingness to perform. You will see these results in just one dose as the gut is returned to an optimal state, and it'll stay that way for up to 10 weeks. When you get your order of ColiClenz Plus pellets, you'll also receive a list of points to observe during and after your treatment. You'll want to look for, after the 14th day, hair and coat to improve. You may notice a change in color of urine during the treatment. Also, manure color may change. If you're on your first treatment, it may be dark. We encourage you to do what we call the bucket test, and that involves taking the manure, dumping it in a bucket, pouring water over it, stirring it, and letting the heavier material drop to the bottom while you pour off the top material. We also encourage you to take your own before and after pictures. You can look for changes in the hay belly. That underline across the flank area should be nice and lifted after the treatment, as the stomach muscles no longer have to carry the weight of a gut full of debris. You may also notice a freeing up of stride as your horse is able to lengthen its stride in the stifle and flank area. Over the years, we've had many testimonies come in telling us how ColiClenz Plus has helped their horses. We have seen jumping horses be able to jump 6 to 8 inches higher in their hind feet because they were freed up in the movement of the flank. Personally, I've experienced faster barrel times on consistent horses through the years. You can also get these kinds of results once your horse is on the treatment program. When we ask our horse to give us his best, wouldn't we like to know he has it to give? Just imagine if your horse is sitting there with one of those big intralith stones inside. Do you think that might make him a little uncomfortable? Do you think he might be a little cinchy when you try to tighten up? Do you think it might slow him down a bit, making that turn and heading for home? How many times have you been out of the money by just a few tenths or hundredths of a second? Think about how much time and money you've invested in finding your horse, training your horse, going to clinics to train yourself. Add to that all the time and expense to get to an event and then to lose by a few hundredths of a second, all because your horse's digestive system wasn't working correctly. And now you can greatly reduce the possibility of that happening by getting on the ColiClenz Plus treatment program. We are coming back now at the end of our presentation to see the end result of our product demonstration. As you can see, the ColiClenz Plus pellets have absorbed all the water we poured into the jar. They have become gelatinous and pulled together all of the debris that we added to the jar. If you will remember, we added sand, rocks, baling twine, plastic from a feed sack, a piece of bark, and a piece of leather. That has all come together now in this jar. We are going to take the lid off and pour out the contents. That has all come together, and the ColiClenz Plus has pulled all the debris off the jar. As you can see, there's nothing left in the jar. Once the debris has cleared your horse's digestive system, they can start enjoying all the benefits that come from having a clean digestive system. You have just learned about many of the reasons a horse can colic and sometimes even lose his life. We just saw how ColiClenz Plus works in the horse's digestive tract to pull out the debris that can cause so many problems while it's trapped inside your horse. Knowing all the benefits of this great product, it only makes sense that you would want to protect the investment you have made in your horse, reduce the risk for colic and ulcers, and take this worry off your mind so you can rest at night. For this and so many other health reasons, ColiClenz Plus is a must. Well, I'd like to thank you for viewing our presentation today. I hope you found some information that was useful and beneficial as we ask and answer the question, what's in that horse of yours? I'd also like to thank Josie Enterprises and your organization for allowing the viewing of this presentation, as well as your support as you're using ColiClenz Plus on your own horses. I invite you to visit us online at coliclenz.com for more information and to buy your very own bag of ColiClenz Plus. So thank you.